we're going to be bringing up Indiana Jones' Greatest Adventures with the Janglestorm. Let's get this any percent run on the way.
All right. Yeah, hello everybody. Good morning, and hope you all have a good Saturday, and hope you all had a lovely marathon so far. My name is Janglestorm indeed, and I will be running 2 games for you today, back to back basically. Starting off with indeed Indiana Jones' Greatest Adventures. So it's gonna be some fun times. And yeah, what else can I say? Let's just go into it. Let me just check some things real quick. Okay, we're good to go. So we will be playing on easy difficulty. You've got easy, normal, and hard, but we play on easy difficulty. Makes it easier to defeat all the enemies and stuff. And also, brief warning beforehand, there's going to be some flashing. I'll be throwing some grenades, and every single time I do that, there's some flashing, so just to keep that in mind for those who are photosensitive. And timer doesn't start like right away. It starts as soon as the first cutscene starts, but I'll tell you when it is. So I've got to start the game. Let's see. Final check. Okay. All right. And time starts right now. All right, there we go. So this is basically it's based on the first 3 movies of the game, because at the time the game came out, there were 3 movies. It's the classic trilogy. You may have seen the movies. This is a game that's situated or sort of inspired by the action scenes of the game, which means we'll be rolling around a lot. There's a lot of whip-related action, and yeah, it's gonna be good times. And yeah, this is a game, as you can tell from the engine, it is the same engine used as the Super Star Wars games, for instance. This was made in collaboration with LucasArts, as you can tell. And we start off here. This is where we look for the golden idol, going through the cave. There's these fish that are jumping. Ooh. Ah, damn, I took a death. That's fine though. Usually the levels have quite a few checkpoints. So you're just gonna... Okay, I actually don't need to whip there anymore. Alright. And that's the first stage. So in between levels you have these cutscenes. Well, it's basically screenshots from cutscenes, and
Let's go.
kind of fills out the details. So now we're in this level, and we have to escape this boulder. So this is basically after we grab the treasure, and then we have to escape the cave, and we get chased by this boulder, which somehow defies the laws of gravity. It manages to roll upwards without any problem whatsoever, and I basically have to make sure that I stay ahead of it and don't get hit by any of the obstacles, so these spike walls, for instance. And what I also do is I try to jump up these ramps, because it is a little bit faster than actually running up them. It does have a little bit of time, and usually with these slopes I tend to just run down there, also for speed and everything. And this level is mostly memorization, really. You just have to sort of anticipate what's coming up. Yeah, momentum. It's a thing. It's a thing. All right, and now we're in Nepal. It's definitely quieter here. This is the first time that we're actually punching crates. This will be a recurring thing throughout the entire game. So the later movies will have this as well. And yeah, we also have wolves here. I do a bit of damage boosting here. Sometimes, you know, I set it up so it get boosted forward, which is always nice. And there's also birds. This is not the only time that we're gonna have birds here. See, you jump over these snowballs. Most of the things here, if you get hit by them, you get yourself some iframes. Except for with snowballs for some reason. If you get hit by them, you just get hit like right away if you hit another one of them. So that's always an interesting thing. Maybe there's secretly a lot of hamsters inside the rock. That could be. Could be. I've never thought of that actually. It's possible. Okay, so this is the Ravenwood bar, as you might remember from the movie. It's actually like a lot bigger than in the movie. There's a lot of stairs and a lot of rolling upstairs, which is a thing here. And everything is set on fire, so we're gonna have to make sure to not get caught in the fire. There we go. Rolling up here, and this is where I try to roll into this crate, and I also do some sort of roll cancel or attempt to, in order to get the crate to move a little bit less further, so that I can instantly jump up there, because I need the crate to get up here. Here where we fight the first boss of sorts, Arnold Toad. And that was quick work. Just saved Marion. And that concludes Nepal. Now we go into Cairo. This is basically what I like to call the Aladdin stages, because it kind of reminds of the beginning of the SNES version of Aladdin. Except, you know, there's a bit more rolling and there's no cap mashing, but yeah, otherwise I would say it's pretty close. Yeah, those were some fire effects indeed, yeah. Oh dear. Rats as well. So this is a level that has a lot of parkour, where I use my whip to grab these pegs and then swing from one side to another. And there's gonna be some parkour skips as well, or at least I usually skip a couple of pegs, like that one. You can actually do that and still reach the other side, so that's pretty cool. You can save some time there. Oh, also there's a lot of baskets that I have to move around or punch at. There's gonna be quite a few things like that. And monkeys. So here's where I'm gonna try and do an awning jump, which I got. Nice. It's actually possible to land up there. It's a bit of a precise setup, because there's a good chance you might get knocked down there, and then you have to work a little bit harder to get up there. But this is like the fastest way to do that.
Let's go.
All right, so now we have this scene where we're supposed to follow the bandwagon, or follow this wagon, but you can also run underneath it and just do this. Because the game doesn't actually expect you to be here like right away. As you can tell from this arrow, they don't actually expect you to be up there until like much later. And this is the second phase, and this is where things become a little bit less consistent with the movie, because this is technically not supposed to happen until much later, because this vault guy is from like a different scene altogether. But they were like, yeah, let's put it here, you know, provide some extra action. So yeah, it's this is a game that's kind of inspired by its action scenes. It's not entirely accurate. I have to add it like right away. So we're back in the streets, Cairo at night. Gonna be a few more guards. Also, these guys with these blades or these swords that I have to avoid as well. I can actually roll underneath him, because I tend to make this jump, and if I time it well enough, I can just roll underneath him. Also, if I get hit by anything here, it basically causes me to bounce back pretty quickly, so I have to watch out for that too. That can be a thing. It does happen almost instantly, really. It's pretty interesting. Right, here we go. Okay, here's definitely a flashing warning coming up, so just so you know. This one is a bit more severe than some of the other instances. All right.
Let's go.
Slowly, oh. So sometimes I'll throw a grenade and it doesn't actually cause this box to open up. So usually I do that to grab a whip. Every single level, you start off without a whip for some reason, so you have to grab it yourself, which is what I do here. And yeah, there's some more birds here. They're actually fine here, sort of. Like, there's birds later on that are way more like jerk birds in a sense. But you'll see that soon enough. Alright, so that brings us to the Well of Souls, where they say this ark was found. So, time to check it out for ourselves. There's lots of walls we have to break. There's going to be some more grenades we want to be using specifically to take down these bats, because there's a lot of bats in this area. So just to make sure that I can... I have no problems moving around here. See... And there's also snake pits. So if you fall into a snake pit, it basically is an insta kill. And well, except if you have iframes, but typically I try not to run into them. So it can be tricky, especially with these bigger jumps. You have to make sure that you don't actually run in there. That can still happen. Oh yeah, by the way, we found the Ark. Yay! We're done with the movie, right? No, because as it turns out, we're locked in here. Why did it have to be snake pits? That's a very good question. I'm pretty sure Indy wonders about it as well. Okay, so this is basically the continuation of the previous level, except it's darker now, and also gonna be doing a thing here real soon that I hope to get. There's this floor clip that you could do that saves a little bit of time. So it's always fun to show it off if it works, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see, I have a setup here, doing this, and then... Okay, there we go. First try. That's actually a pretty precise floor clip. You have to stand on a certain pixel, and sometimes you have to roll around in order to get there. But that was actually first try for that. So glad I got to show that off. That actually saves you like at least 10 seconds if you get that quickly enough. You love snakes? I mean, snakes can be very cute. So here's more birds for you, and these birds actually have grenades, sorry, not grenades, rocks that they can drop at you. So you have to watch out for that. We do take quite a few of them out using these grenades. See, I lost a little bit of health here. Just kind of finicky, but we'll be fine. Yeah, there we go. This can be a tough level casually because there's so much going on, and it's kind of hard to anticipate where everything is, so yeah, it can be a thing. Alright, now it's the final stage, where we fight Belloc. The Ark has opened up, and we're not actually supposed to look, so yeah, I guess don't look. I don't know why I'm looking, but I'm supposed to beat this boss. But there you go. The Ark is closed, so we could look now. Yeah, those birds are something else. Yeah, they are. All right, that concludes the first movie. It's actually the longest in terms of game length, or in terms of levels, because both Temple of Doom and Last Crusade will be subsequently shorter, especially Last Crusade. So this is by far the longest part of the game, actually. Oh, this is kind of tricky. So this is starting off in Club Obi-Wan, where I have to avoid these crosshairs, and I didn't do such a great job at that, but I'll try it again.
Let's go.
See? Usually what I try to do is I try to roll at a certain point, and that way I can stay ahead of them. And there's also the one grenade I throw to use with the waiter to make sure that I can keep moving, but yeah, otherwise it's a pretty short stage. You have to grab this vial in order to heal yourself because you got poisoned as such. But there we go. From one level to another, we go onto the streets of Shanghai. We're gonna most likely not be seeing a lot of street, as we will be pretty much on the rooftops all the time. And we're gonna try for this jump here, which I got. Very nice. So this is also a pretty precise jump there. You have to really look at the visual cue and see if you get it or not. But if you get it, you could just keep on jumping across these rooftops. And furthermore, you get this extra grenade that you can use in one of the upcoming stages. Because that's a fun fact. The grenades that you carry, you will keep them if you have more than one. So that's always pretty handy. All right, it's time for mode 7. We escape with the plane, and the plane got struck down, and we escape a rubber boat, and now we head down the mountain, which is perfect for mode 7, of course. And this is basically just me sliding down until the level ends. So yeah, if you have any info or donations, now's a good time for that.
I'm absolutely mesmerized by this game. I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan, so I'm just like quoting along as I see the scenes.
Yeah.
We don't have any donations at the moment, but would like to tell everybody that Power Pride has partnered with Yeti to bring you shirts based on various runs throughout the event. These awesome designs will only be around as long as the marathon is, so make sure you pick them up now. $5 for each shirt each shirt sale goes directly to the Trevor Project. Visit theyeti.com and check them all out. That's TheYetee.com.
Yeah, be sure to check that out. I've seen some of the t-shirts. They look pretty amazing.
Yeah, when I'm definitely more awake, I'm gonna probably pick up one or two for myself.
Yeah, I'm very tempted, not gonna lie. Yeah, I tend to buy quite a few of the Yeti shirts in general. There's some really good ones out there.
Let's go.
All right, so that was a slide down a mountain. Now we're in Pancot Palace, and so this is a level that's based on a scene in the game that literally only takes like seconds. Namely these statues that you have to hide behind, or can hide behind. They basically constructed an entire level around it, which is perfect. You know, it's kind of a maze-like level. But if you know where to go, then it's always the same, really. It's not too difficult to figure out where to go. And this is where the extra grenade comes in handy, because there's a couple of guards that I can take out, and using that extra grenade definitely comes in handy there. But yeah, there's a couple of statues there, and there you go. All right, now we go into the Temple of Doom. We go into probably one of the more difficult levels in the game, especially if you play it for the first time. I think there's definitely going to be some challenges here, since you know, got lots of enemies, lots of lava. It's a very good combination. I'm gonna attempt to lava boost here, and also try to jump and take out some of these bats. But yeah, it's very nice once you get that down and are able to get yourself through there. See, then there's the bottom part where you still have a couple more bats and a little bit more lava, but usually it's pretty doable. See, well, I say that now, you never know what's going to happen, of course, but I basically tried to roll underneath these bats. See, there's one guard still. When I throw the one grenade, I actually would ideally try to take out both of those guards, but I didn't find myself in that position there, because the other guard wasn't on screen yet, so I couldn't do that. But this is pretty much what I typically do. All right, part 2. See, gonna jump over here. So this is where you can save all the children. This is further down the mines. We don't actually save all of them for the speedrun. But it's actually been a while ago since I last did that, so I'm not actually sure where they all are. But yeah, this is a tough level in general, since there's the one section with the bat and the conveyor belt. It's tough. It's tough. Sometimes I lose a lot of health there. See, gonna do this. Oh, that was pretty close. A lot more bats here. So I use a couple of grenades there to clear that area and then roll out of here. He'll be fine. Okay, time for some more Mode 7. This is the only game that, or the only movie that has 2 Mode 7 stages. And this is basically the escape with a minecart. And as you may remember from the movie, we're surrounded by a lot of lava. And what we have to do is we have to shoot all the minecarts and also hit the switch. And there's some weird stuff with hitting those switches, because you have to aim lower than you would expect to, because hitboxes are kind of weird like that sometimes. And also you have to only hit them once. So at least, if anything, it's very consistent that way. You don't have to think about, oh, should I hit this one or shouldn't I? You always have to hit them once. So that's at least easy enough to remember. It's all about managing that, really, just seeing, okay, what do I hit first? What do I see first? Stuff like that. Funny thing is, Indy always travels alone for some reason. You do see a couple of the other characters or other characters from the movies, but there's a lot of places where Indy just travels alone, really. So he's not really joined by Short Round or Willy in this case, but he's just on his own. But there you go, that was the end of the stage, and now we escape through the lava, I think. And this is already the final stage for Temple of Doom. We're on the bridge, we're fighting Molaram, and we have to take him out. Make sure not to stand on the bridge for too long, because this will collapse. So I tend to jump around quite a bit, but it's another very quick boss fight. Like all of these boss fights, after each, at the end of each movie, they'll all be like really short. So I think it's around 20 to 25 seconds or something. Tops. All right, it brings us to the final movie of this, of the original trilogy, The Last Crusade. Starts off in the sewers of Venice, where we have to hide from these waves of fire. We'll be encountering them quite a few times. For some reason, all the enemies don't have to worry about it at all. They could just stand there and just take it in. I don't know how that works, but it works apparently. You really have to listen to the audio cues in order to find out when they will appear, because otherwise it's not going to be directly clear. But as soon as you know, then you should be fine. There we go. That was another pretty short level. Okay, now we skip some other scenes from the movie. So we go directly from Venice to the castle. What was the castle's name again? Brunwald, I think. Anyway, we're here. We meet a lot of soldiers who are very well camouflaged in the background. So sometimes it's really hard to make them out, like, right away. So you really have to look and see where they are. And of course, in this castle we try to save our dad, because apparently he's been held captive here, and we try to save him. Also, we grabbed this extra grenade. We're going to be using them against those bolt guys, just to make it a little bit easier. Although I can technically damage boost through them as well. Although it's going to be a little bit tougher. See, there we go. Oh, that was a very quick throw. I didn't expect that. So yeah, get ready to meet our dad, who we're gonna jump over to save time. Because typically if you just run towards him, you get this little scene where Indy stands still and Sean Connery says, Junior. And that's about it, really. So it's nothing like really long, which it's a time save, technically. So now we're outside the castle, and this is one long set of pegs that we have to grab, and we have to swing ourselves over to the other side of the level, which sounds really easy, and it basically is as long as I don't get hit by anything, because you see those bullets that are traveling alongside me. If I get hit by them, there's a good chance I might get knocked back. And if that happens, there's a good chance I might get knocked into a pit. So that has happened before. It is you. Yeah, exactly. I did actually rewatch the trilogy, the original trilogy last year. I have it on DVD still. That was a fun rewatch. But yeah, those were some of my... The first movies that first quote-unquote serious movies that I watched when I was growing up. So they have a special value for me in that sense. Alright, so now on board the Zeppelin, where we have to push more crates. Also, there's another floor clip that you can do here technically, but it's really really tough one to set up. So I typically don't go for it, but if you get it, like first try, you can save like another 7 seconds, I believe. But yeah, like I said, the setup for it is really tough to get. But it's possible to do that. Alright, so then just like in the movie, we escape, and then we have this, what I call flight simulator section. So more mode 7. We have to shoot these planes out of the air. You can see in the bottom right corner how many planes I still have to take down. But this is exactly as it plays out in the movie. We're totally not gonna get struck down or anything. We also are actually firing at other planes, even though this didn't happen in the movie. But you know, that's how it goes. See, getting there. A few more to go. Okay, there it is. Yeah, he made it in time for some mode 7. This is actually the last mode 7 part of the game. But yeah, it was nice. Where's the Crystal Skull DLC? That's a good question. Yeah, someone should make that. Also in the style of this game. That would be so cool. Alright, so this is the level where we eventually wind up encountering this tank, and that's gonna be basically the next part of this level. See, first gonna jump over this dude. Rolling towards the tank, and this is basically another mini boss fight. And as you can tell from the graphic at the bottom, you have to... See if I can do this. You have to get yourself out of this in time before the tank rolls down the cliff. You have to deal 4 punches against Vogel. And the thing is, he jumps around a lot, so it can be tough to actually land those punches. So it does take some time. For the speedrun, I've actually lost PB runs to that. So it's always a fun one. Oh, speaking of fun things, so this is the final regular stage. This is where you ask yourself the question, will a penitent man pass? Are we penitent enough to pass this test? And there's going to be a lot of trials here. Although I don't think we do the leap of faith here, but it's sort of there still. Funnily enough, the assets kind of look similar to the very first level, in a way. It also reminds me of the first level. It seems like a throwback almost, I don't know. That's true, Penance. That's true. It's gonna be a tough level to do, especially this last part. You just have to run to this guy and then keep running. I've always found that the most reliable way to do that. Okay, this is the final stage, by the way. So this is where Donovan chose poorly, and we have to Hit him a couple times. Time's gonna be on the last hit, so get ready for that. And time. Yeah, I figured I'd know those up beforehand because it tends to go really quickly. But there you go. That's a game for you.
GG.
Thank you. Yeah, that was the indie trilogy in a nutshell. What was my time, by the way?
Your time's looking at 28:44.
28:44. That's actually really good. Anything sub 30 I'll usually take, because as soon as I take a death somewhere, it's gonna be adding up pretty quickly. So sub 30 is always good. Sub 29 I'll especially take. Like that is a really good time actually. So now we have the closing credits, or the closing text, which is not entirely accurate to the movie, by the way. They say something about a dog named Indiana and all that, and then they ride off into the sunset. Yeah, so fun thing that Heelbuds is bringing up. Yeah, this was also supposed to be on the Genesis at some point as well, but the distributor, US Gold, went down before that even got out. So that would have been interesting to see for comparison. Yeah, thank you, dog. But yeah, this is also made by Factor 5, who also worked on at least some of the Turrican games, if I'm not mistaken. So there you go. And yeah, this, like I said, this is the indie trilogy in a nutshell. I could definitely recommend checking this game out. This was a childhood favorite of mine, so it was fun to get back to this for the speedrun. And yeah, just be sure to try it out. It's a fun one for sure. Okay, this is the first of 2 games I'm gonna be doing for all of you. We'll be switching over to Garfield Caught in the Act, and that's gonna be another movie-themed game. So be sure to stick around for that. We'll be right back, and we'll be getting that set up. So stay tuned.
You heard Jangle. Stay tuned for Garfield Caught in the Act. I have so many emotions about this Indiana Jones game now. I actually want to go out and try it. It looks like so much fun, and it's such a great set of movies. Yes, please, everybody, stick around. We will be right back with our next game, the second half of our late night, early morning double feature speedrun show.